I'm Adisa Bašić from Sarajevo, Bosnia and Herzegovina. Well, I'm mostly asked by journalists some weird questions about how I started, but I'm sure that's what all writers, the experience that all writers have. And my readers mostly ask me about how true the thing is, how authentic. Really big influence on me had a Polish poet called Wisława Szymborska, because when I read her I discovered that poetry can be so simple and so about life and so speaking about particular things. You can speak about something what is completely universal. And I was really young when I was reading her, so this is someone who I admire. And of course there was a friend of mine, she passed away recently. She was translator of Polish poetry, and she translated Wisława Szymborska in Bosnish, and in Bosnian language, and she was also very fine poet and translator. So basically Wisława Szymborska and Marina Trumić and Frida Duraković and a few more contemporary Bosnian poets had a quite great influence on me. I write poetry, so basically I can write wherever. And I'm also a journalist, so I can write wherever and whenever. And so it's different because people who write fiction, they need their computer, they need some quiet place and somehow different setting. And when you write poetry, it's actually, it can be while you're sitting on a streetcar or when you are doing whatever, because this is when you are creating or recognizing images, and the situation when are you going to put them on the paper, it doesn't matter that much. But I don't know, I can't come up with any especially interesting place or time when I was writing. It's more about, well, being a journalist, I was in situations when I had to write for a newspaper in some really silly situations, and also in some really difficult situations, because that's how the newspaper is. I run regular column and I had to do on it every week, and I have a deadline. And when my mother was dying, I had to go away for like 20 minutes to give my article and then to run back. I recharge my batteries by going to the Mediterranean and eating great food and enjoying a lot of sun. Just sitting in the sun and having cappuccino in Dubrovnik or in Herzegovina, in southern part of my country. This is something amazing. And the most beautiful thing is that you can drive for an hour and a half from Sarajevo and then come to completely different Mediterranean climate, and this is what I really like. There are many interesting and important stories about Bosnian women from the past, from my family and also my friends, that I would like to write about, but I'm still trying to find a proper way and somehow time to sit and do that. This is first thing, and the other one is collecting oral histories of women who are in Bosnian art for many years, because our society is not encouraging women that much to participate in public life or in art, and there are very few of them who spend their whole life by publishing or editing or painting, filming, whatever. So my big plan is to put at least 20 of them somehow together and to bring them to southern Bosnia and to make some kind of a 2-day trip and to give them good wine and somehow make that all pleasant for them, and to ask them to write me a little bit, and then also to make long interviews with them and asking them about how they struggled, how was it to be a writer during socialism, during transition, in the war. That's kind of thing that I would like to do, but I still don't have time for it, unfortunately. Well, writer is person who knows how to tell good stories and who knows how to recognize good stories. And if that person is going to write it down or not, it doesn't matter that much. I know some elderly women from my family who were great writers. I mean, they were only storytellers, but and the poetry the same. The people who can recognize poetry in everyday life.